Well, it's going to be right.
Right,
Here we are, guys.
preview show for Saturday. It's Sydney's Saturday preview show. We'll do a Melbourne show a little later. Jack from Dicko's Mailbag, welcome. Gord.
Welcome.
Glenn, you're
guys.
the star, you're here.
I'm not the star, but I'm in the Adidas. Sponsored by Adidas, 400,000 a year. Thanks, Adidas.
I had an offer of another sponsorship for you as well.
Well, who was it?
Shimano.
I'll take it.
Yeah?
How much?
two,
One reel.
Two hoodies.
Not bad. It'll be weatherproof.
Okay, Derby Day at Flemington, obviously, and Rosehill Gardens in Sydney, where, Glenn, you're excited? You are excited?
Oh, it's deep, and it's hard not to be
DF,
excited.
eh?
I know we've got two high weights market, but it's like to the people involved in there at the ATC or in the jockey's room, search hard to find number 22 for saddle cloth, because make sure it's there tomorrow.
Yeah.
Because then, like at the moment in Sydney, we've had like 1 to 5, 1 to 6, 1 to 7. We've got a deep program with good sized fields, and the country races. Geez, they're interesting because they throw up some numbers, and they take a while to get through.
They sure do. Now there's 39. There were 39 acceptors for the two country races. That's what's that? 40% of the card in 2 races.
Well, like I said, they're going to search hard for 22, 21, number 20. Oh, well, they won't need number 20. No, they don't need number 21. 21's great. That's right.
Look, we have to say these country races are a success.
Yeah, and they're well. So it just shows that the programming of the other races, as Mark Sheen tweeted, we need to change something.
Well, but just haven't we've just got fewer horses that are eligible for those races. We've got fewer, like our Saturday pool of horses is small.
So let's change the way we do it.
Anyway, that's a topic for another day. But Rosehill tomorrow, we haven't been to Rosehill for 5 weeks. They will have stuck all sorts of manner of instruments in that track.
How do you think the track will play?
Mark's the genius of this. Go, Mark. True position.
Rosehill's been ridiculously fair in the last 12 months.
You have to agree with that.
And it's I don't think there's any demons in the track, despite the fact that they will have verti drained it or corded or aerated.
I think they would have done something with it, like greenkeeper.
It's been 5 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. 5 weeks. Good.
Well, 4.5
I just
weeks.
love
It was-
betting on Rosehill.
Huh?
It's just fantastic. I hope it hasn't changed.
So what do you like about Rosehill?
I put the full stop in a
Well,
bit
the
earlier.
fact it's fair, so it's just about finding the best horse.
And then I put a full stop in.
Katoomba.
And then take Katoomba. Cards, casino, football.
What a life.
Okay, 2-year-old race is the Pierrot Plate. 150,000 for this lot. $3.90 Darhad is our favourite. $5 Epidemic. $5 Lights. $7 Ibanez. $8 Jungler Sized or Junglised. $9 Champagne Cuddles. 17 Ace High, 19 Ipso Facto Long Odds, the other one. And what have we got to say here? Well, look, I had Lights stepping out a bit better than it did the other day, and perhaps contesting the lead with Darhad. Ibanez handy. They're race horses, obviously, and didn't have a strong feel for the on-pace nature of the unraced. But
Interesting how apprentices can't claim this race.
well, it's because it's 150,000.
Yeah, that's still interesting. Well, the main race, they're usually 100,000. Who's supposing the extra 50, the Pierrot people? What the heck was a Pierrot play? What the hell is this
Well,
race?
it's like Yankee Rose won one of these races last year.
What was it called then?
Oh, I couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you. No, good.
First season soil.
Maybe.
Would have been some other soil.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Who wants to go first here in the 2-year-old?
I'll chuck them up.
Yeah, go for it.
I'll go them up. Well, look, this Darhead just ran out of condition the other day. Goes up an extra 100 metres, which I think will suit the horse. Yeah, I've got little queries with this Freedman stable with them being all genuine. Like we saw that Helseden or whatever, it doesn't seem to put in. This horse didn't really put in the other day when it didn't get past. Ibanez had the drop on him. Lights, let's face it, it's traced by Jim Lee, and they don't train stack of winners, even though it's by 2 slipper winners. It looks a good style horse at a good time. Look at the bottom one here, is beautifully bred, and so unusual to see a trial at Wyong in an open trial.
Yeah.
Like, that's a real lead, I think. That reason I was going to tip it on top. Number 9, Epidemic. It's by Lonro out of Mena's Mine. How do you spell that? What's his name again? Nemezoin? Nemosamy. Fucking whatever it's called.
You know, with that, like, McDonald went and rode it up there too.
Yeah, but they had a stack of.
They had a few of them up there.
So
but
it's not that
some
much.
of them look pretty impressive too.
Yeah.
So I think
He trialled. It was a great.
Well, you'd
trial.
hope they're looking impressive. It's Wyong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
that's what I
Prince Still
thought.
in another lager. These are open classes. This is
And
a
it
baby
was,
2-year-old.
it was only over 800 or something. It's one trial.
I'm not bagging the trial. In fact, the
Against the
2-year-old
race kid.
trialling up there is fine. I'm just saying that if you're going to say how impressive all the blue colours were up there at Wyong, I'm just saying.
no,
It's
but
Wyong.
they were the 2-year-olds, mate. They were all. There was a few.
I'm going to
of
tip
them.
9 on top here to beat number 1, who's had the match experience, which means heaps. And for third, I don't know where to go. Ibn is sort of cut it the other day, but I still think it's an imposing time. Jungle Eye's well in the market here. Just noticed ever since Mr. Ryan's had this bit of trouble, that's not reported anywhere because of the powers that the New South Wales Racing don't want to hear anything bad about anything. So let's keep control over all the media.
It's got your man on it.
Hasn't trained a winner since, and he's had a stack of horses in, and they've all looked pretty good, and they've all copied. So
Right. So they're not rooting for him.
No. What I'm saying is that maybe Mr. Ryan in the next few weeks will have other things on his mind,
Oh, he
bar
has,
than
for sure.
training horses.
So Glenn, what about the thought that the Louisa race? I know she fell over last Saturday at Moonee Valley, but what about the thought that it's a fair bit stronger than the Madame Moustache race?
Possibly.
I say possibly, but then you're looking for the horse that was disadvantaged as far as that truck was concerned, and I don't think Lights was. I thought
It's Jim Lee.
No, I'm just saying that you've got a handful of raced horses here, and three of them come out of the Madame Moustache race. And how does the odd one out line up against the Madame Moustache fold? Gordo, you want to play here?
Yeah, well, I'm saying that you're looking for the horse that's going to take the most improvement out of that particular run, rather than it being a good form race. And
Yeah, but what if the races are 6 lengths apart?
Well, I don't care with these 2-year-olds. It's more about upside and ability, isn't it?
But why are you saying
And
they're
that's
6
why
lengths apart?
I'm number one, Darhad. I totally agree with Glenn. I just think it ran out of condition. It was going to beat Madame Moustache by lengths until it ran out of condition.
It just ran up off.
Yeah.
It's good form.
After that 7:35 metre trial, it's had the run now. I think it's ready to actually springboard off that. So I've got number one on top, and I'm interested with a question mark about number 9, Epidemic, as well. What about you, Dicko?
I'm backing 1, saving 2. I think Ibanez and Epidemic will run on. That'll be
And
impressive
one horse
next time.
Okay.
The one horse the three of us haven't talked about, the Newman horse, the 2-year-old, is by Piero, which would be interesting to see a Piero in the Piero plate.
I've seen the one's already done it. He's professional. He did everything right. Just ran out of condition.
Well, it's just if he only lost because he ran out of condition, he wins his race. But if he lost because he's a cat, then that's a question mark.
I think his condition will
Okay, well look, that's enough talk about the 2-year-old race. I actually don't mind Lights, but I've already stated my claim there. Race 2 is a 1,200 metre race for 3-year-olds, an interesting race. $2.90. Who is this horse? Il Riccio, won by 10 lengths at Ipswich.
What is that?
Huh?
What
And
is
it's-
that?
We had a question about this.
Yeah, so we'll talk
Tom.
more about this. Thanks, Tom.
It's a hot time.
It's a hot time, but the other maiden ran 63.
Oh, well, I didn't think it placed 103 over 1,200.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is there were two maidens. One ran 63, the other ran 62.8.
Good point.
Right, anyway, the market reads $2.90 Il Riccio, $4.60 Ozark, $5 Cadogan, $6.50 Star of Monsoon, $7.50 Eckstein, $16 Foxtails, and $15 Pound Sterling.
Some good horses in this race.
This race is
This
a
is
little
a
bit
very juicy race. 3 horses to go forward here, Eckstein, Foxtails, and Pound Sterling underneath them. Ozark should take a trail tomorrow, and also Il Riccio taking a trail, but he may want a part of the van. Cadogan and Star of Monsoon are designated off-paces.
Well, who were the last two you say?
Cadogan,
Yep.
Star of Monsoon.
Yeah. Sorry.
For our man, Ryan.
Who's Ryan?
Cyril,
Star of Monsoon,
Star of Monsoon. Best last start.
Went terrific last start. It to me, this looks to be its race, but then I see Gerald Ryan next to his name. I see 2, 3, 3, 3, 2, and I'm thinking 7 starts, no wins, 6 placings. It's not the best stable at the moment. Leave me out.
Comes out of the right form races, but I can't have it.
Exactly.
In fact, I won't be betting in the race because there's too many question marks.
Send God 33.
Dicko, do you want to have a play at this race?
Yeah, I want to back Cadogan and Star of Monsoon. I think there'll be enough pace early. I could never touch that Queensland horse at that price. I'm happy to be wrong, though.
Ozark Mark.
$2.90. 90.
You can do an automatic pen there, but
No, you do an automatic pen.
Oh, I have to.
yeah, but I'm automatic penning and saying no bet.
Yeah.
But you're finding something else, which I like.
Well, if you watch Cadogan trial, it's a seriously impressive trial.
It's
And
impressive.
he does not get touched.
Eckstein here, mate. We've got Heather Polland off, goes to Mitchell Bell. Seemed to
I thought
only
the
win a
horse,
highway.
I thought the horse could only go for her. Wasn't that the whole reason she was riding it?
Is that what they said?
Oh, it's a very tricky horse to ride, and only goes for her.
Only goes for Little Heather. And talking about Little Heather, which is again demeaning, and I shouldn't speak like that. I've got to have a bit of a giggle at Gary Harley yesterday. He's got to stop saying, and the little lassie's riding it, or he finds the little girl. Gaz, we're in 2016. She's a big girl. She's probably out drinking piss, fucking a stack of blokes, and living her life, and she's an adult. They're not little girls anymore.
Who'd ever
Well,
thought
isn't
that GP would be giving GH?
I know PC advice. What the hell's going on here?
Can't say
Finally, they're anti-PC on
Doesn't
Sky
matter.
Channel and you don't like it.
It doesn't matter what girl it is. Gary Harley says the little girl's riding it. Fucking little girls go to play school. That little girl gets out the club banging all night, dancing and yahooing and trying to find loose blokes, and that's normal Australian behaviour.
I actually
Where's
think
she drinking?
most 16-year-old girls have more sexual experience than we do, I'd say.
Speak
Sorry,
for
I know for us oldies. Yeah,
definitely
yeah.
me.
I'm going to drag into some things here that I'm not
Definitely me. Anyway, but so the little girls' comments we've got to get away from because they're getting a bigger part of racing.
If Pound Sterling won, I'd throw up.
Why?
I think it's a milk drinker, but it's wallow, and it'll sort of one day it's going to come back.
Well,
And of course, that comment there, what you say is correct. One day it's going to, so you've got to be all over it the day it's 20s.
Yep.
which is
Which it
tomorrow,
almost
and
is.
I'm all
That's
over
what I'm
it.
saying to you.
I'm all over
You've got to be all
Yeah.
over it. You've got to be very wary of it.
And
have a
so
little-
Quantrill's franked that form.
There's no point thinking, I know this horse, like because you're still young and very wet behind the ears,
I've
and I'm going
backed
to
it the last 5 times.
then you've definitely got to back it tomorrow. Because it can get up and fuck you, and the last thing you want to do is turn it into Glen Pollock.
The other horse I want to talk about is Foxtails, who I thought did a very good job in the furnace.
I think that was one of your horses to follow, wasn't it, Mark?
Yeah. Look, it's running into a tricky affair here because look, she could actually find the front. But you know, it's yeah. Anyway, look, it's a delicious little race.
It's delicious. We haven't even spoken about Ozark. It's like second favourite.
Yeah, but it's so plain, isn't it? Like
Very
it just-
plain. Mr. McBat, franked the form yesterday, got distanced, and Mr. McBat yesterday, I was actually Aussie, only
What
one
could
there.
Mr. McBat do yesterday on a 3-metre rail?
Yeah.
It has to run 99.
It was coming off this
He's got
run
the gun on.
second to Ozark last time. I'm trying to talk about Ozark
But I'd say
form.
he's the best jockey there tomorrow.
I'm talking about Mr. McBat. It paraded absolutely sensational yesterday and couldn't go a yard. I really think that drags Ozark down in this race. It's a race really up for grabs. I can see myself chopping out Star and Mazoom, winning Cadogan, losing on Ozark, winning on Foxtails, winning on Pound Sterling, winning on Eckstein, and doing my balls in El Riccio.
Okay, race 3.
Juicy.
Race 3.
No bet, like it's just too tough.
$33 every good.
Regulation. Race 3. Regulation 1500 metre benchmark race, and the market sees $4 mower, $4.60 Dreamforce, $5 Nassac, $5 La Palea Pari, scratch from Wednesday, and then we have $15 Legendary Luke, $19 Bank on Henry, 31 Multifacets, and 50 Collar. Now,
Did you mention Pianissimo's prices?
sorry, I didn't.
No.
$8.50. Thank you, Glenn.
Thank you.
Moa leads tomorrow because I think the Dreamforce takes a trail. I think Nassac takes a trail, and I can't see anything else that would want to stop it. And this is a scene of the crime stuff, Glenn.
It is seeing the crime stuff. Finds itself third up tomorrow. It's got the, this Hayward has improved a lot in 3 weeks. He's a kid on the rise. I find these kids before they even find themselves, and he's one to follow. What do you love?
It's good.
It is.
Not even funny.
There's a bit
true.
of truth to it.
It's true.
Yeah.
I only ever say the truth.
And
That's
then
why people laugh.
you start backing them when they go off the ball.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I missed the boat with it. Yeah, I know how I roll. But I'm just to my punters out there. This kid's on fire. What were we talking about? I can't remember now.
Scene of the crime, Moa.
Yeah, I've seen the crime. So everything about it. It ticks a lot of boxes. But you want every bit of $4 in this race, Mark.
Yeah, so we'll talk about the dangers then. Like Lea Pari, dead set, launched himself at the line at Warwick Farm, didn't he?
He did. Third up tomorrow. Yeah, I don't know what to think about that because even though he launched at the line, Dreamforce was on the inside of him. Sort of did dance to get round him and beat him.
It's third up for Waller and gets a Valour on.
Look, I've got it on top,
You
number
wouldn't
8 there,
want-
Pari.
I wouldn't want to be losing on it.
The only thing is, a little thing of mine is, if a horse finishes in front of another horse, even if the horse that finishes behind it looks super impressive, like Lapari, Dreamforce, last race,
You've got to stick with the one in front.
you try to, but it just was that stylish Leopari that I've still put it on top.
I haven't even been. I'll cop Dreamforce. Even be.
I've just done. That's my Pearl,
Yeah.
and I'm going to lose
And
$1 billion.
You've done $1 billion. I'm tipping Dreamforce
Do you
on
want to bet
top.
back with me?
What are you saying? Oh, shut up. Dreamforce on top here for me. Sits up there in barrier 1. Hottest rider in Sydney at the moment, Jason Collett, doing a really good job. Really riding well. And it's funny because he looks as dopey as most of the year and doesn't he looks like sleepy. He's a young Rodney Quinn, and now he's absolutely on fire. He still looks completely dopey and sleepy. So he's a hot kid, but he's laconic, boy. God, he's laconic. Good ride, Jace.
You going to bet, Dicko?
Yeah, I'm having a big bet mower and saving on the 8.
Okay.
Righto.
I like that angle.
I can't bag Moa.
I reckon
And there's bits and pieces.
Of the 3 that'll lead, he's the strongest.
There's bits and pieces. Who
And
wants
if
to
they go too hard, it'll set it up for the 8.
Who wants to say Nassau can't win or something? Like, there's bits and pieces.
There are.
I think it'll go forward.
But I'm asking, could you say it couldn't win?
I'm
No,
saying
but
no.
I won't have a bet.
It's just got form around some terrible horses, so it's not proved yet.
Nassau?
And it's 5th up first prep.
3rd up mower, I reckon it's a good jockey change.
Marcus, you got anything to throw in there,
Down in
baby?
grade, slightly up in trip.
I'm with the 1. Dreamforce is one of my faves, but I'll let him go tomorrow. The highway. Here we are.
Here we go.
Yeah, and
We've had one even billion, remember that.
yeah, we
I
need
don't even know
someone
what
to
the
actually
figures are yet.
need
Am I
someone
up
to
a
actually
billion or are we
I think I'm
even?
in front now.
need someone to actually keep these bets. So $6.50, Don't Doubt Her down the bottom there, number 16.
All style.
Bill's a goodie, the 7-year-old, with the veteran of 3 starts is at $6.50. Delightful Feeling is $7. Fuel is $9, and Nick's Vendetta $11. $15 Joey's Destiny, $17 Artistic Beauty. I missed $14 Dramatico, and 20s and longer the others. Now, Joey's Destiny I had leading on his ear, Glenn, and
Wow.
Bill's a goodie. Well, it's a young horse. It's 11 up to 13.
Yeah.
Bill's a goodie. Looks like he has to push forward. Cowboys Karma. Nick's Vendetta lobbed into a spot the other day, and I imagine will be ridden similarly.
Where do you see Fuel ending up?
Well, he's the this is the big gig for TQA, isn't it? It's comes out of a city race into a highway race,
Beaten by Quantrill, who won on Wednesday.
and gets away from gate 1.
And if
Any
I,
interest there, Glenn?
$9.
Sounds
well,
good.
I tip all the Danny Williams horses all the time on this show, and this is one time I wasn't, so expected to win.
I was going to make a joke about the fact that I've actually found a Danny Williams horse on
You've
top.
bagged everyone so
I know.
far.
No,
They've all
yeah.
got beat. Oh, you've told me what a fuckwit I am.
Yeah, I know.
And now you're tipping it, and I'm saying I didn't find it.
Yeah, I'm going for Fuel.
So there you go. So that gives Fuel plenty
Yeah,
of nuts.
I backed Fuel last start against when it lost to Quantrill. I'll follow my money normally.
Yeah, he was in there. He
Yeah.
was underneath them, pulling hard on the
He was
inside.
pulling.
It was
It
just
was slaughtered.
such a golden
He should
switch
have
of a.
led. He restrained him. He over raced for the majority.
Didn't.
The 2 leaders kicked away and won, and he just ran on behind him.
Yeah.
And he sort of stopped and went again in the straight.
There's something to be said to following your money as well, because you've spotted something that tells you that you think this is
Yeah.
a decent horse, and a bit of
What
loyalty
caught my
doesn't go
eye was
astray.
first up. I was at the races on the 10th of September, and I watched the parade, and he was fat and furry, and I thought he was nowhere near it, and he was really wide, and it was a huge run. So
Is that the highway?
it was.
Yeah, it was the highway, so-
at
Yeah.
Rosehill.
So can Danny Williams train a winner in town? Is it
Well, I
going
think
to
this is his
I think this
chance,
is his big
and
chance.
his last chance.
Okay. Look, we haven't spoken at all about the favourite here, number 16. This is the horse that won a Scone and Maiden the other day. Gave him about 4 lengths to the 200. Robert just wound up. He's got this horse really going. It really ran right through the line. This horse is a nice horse. Down to number 16.
Yeah.
Very nice horse. Finds 2 kilos off here, so it's down to 51. I think he gets 3, 4, 5, 6 kilos off every runner in the race. I'm a weights man.
Well, I'm against it.
What does that actually mean?
I'm against. Well, it's a $2 something favourite, isn't it?
No, it's $6.50.
$6.50. Don't doubt her. Oh wow. Okay. Well, that seems reasonable, but you've got to be finding it under suspicion of it being a decent horse, because it was a bunch finished and they're nuffies that were close to it.
They might have been nuffies, but this is a lightly
Style,
raised
style.
style. Everything you follow.
Thompson off Marshall on.
Even billion.
No.
Oh, now you're not betting your fuck.
No,
What?
I'm not betting.
So unless
Well,
you're
fancy me taking a Danny Williams horse in a
I'll have
highway
it,
and
I'll
you
have it.
going the lightly raced thing with up.
I'll have it.
Even billion.
I want Fuel.
Yeah, if you're lying on down to obey. No one ever settles here. Just
Yeah,
don't send me a bill.
The other one I was interested in was number 2, Nick's Vendetta.
It's obvious.
Yeah.
It's an obvious chance he thinks.
Because I think Eckstone and Pumpkin Pie are better than highway horses.
I agree with that.
It's topic, isn't it, Nick Smith? Yeah?
It has $13.
Is it $13?
$11, yeah.
$11. It's double
Great
figures.
price.
Great odds number 2. My numbers were 16-2. Oh, look at that. I did put it in for 3. 16-2-3.
Yeah, and what about this 7-year-old? Why is it so well found? Bills are good.
I don't know.
Off the Cessnock win?
I don't understand what it is. No.
Lightly raced, I guess. Who knows?
It's lightly raced up. It's a 7-year-old with 3 runs. It tells you it's had a lot of problems. It's got more issues than me.
And when it did smash them, it was actually on a heavy track.
Maybe the owners have finally got to have a bet on it. They're waiting.
Six
They've been
years.
paying $50,000 a year.
Yeah. We just talk about one little thing which we've all driven past. You've mentioned it, that you've got a clear leader on the race, and the clear leaders at the highways at Rosehill have all won.
That's right.
Remember that? Remember? Dean Pena, all of them have all won. So be wary of that. Punters, whatever that means. Is that the end of part 1, guys?
Do you want to brush through the 5th so we can leave four to finish to come home with?
Yeah, I like brushing things. That suits me.
So benchmark 83, 1350 metres, and $3.30 Royal Tudor, $4.40 Asanara, $8 Top Me Up, $8 Magicus, $10 Duke of Valentinois, $10 Unequivocal, $16 Maram, and the long odds the other 2. Now this is one of the real ho-hum races on the day, isn't it?
Well, I don't know about that, mate. I must say for my subscribers, this is a very good mounting yard mile race. And the reason I say that is I've got number 6 clearly on top here, Asanara. I think it's a really hot horse, and it's first up for 175 days. I got it to beat Duca Valentina, who's also a hot horse, and he's first up for
It's a fresh horse, isn't it?
138 days. So for my mounting yard miles, you want to make sure we work out which one's the fitter. I'm tipping 6 for 1 at this stage, even though Royal Tudor's obviously favourite and blah blah blah. So while you think it's ho-hum, maybe not ho-hum for everybody, not ho-hum for me.
Well, it's just a bit of a steady as she goes in terms of, they'll jump out and crawl here, Top Me Up, Chestnut Road under the black box seating, Royal Tudor on speed. You know, Metallic Crown's fresh is the only horse that could try something on from a wide gate.
And if it paraded well, another mounting yard male horse number 5 there, it's got the ability to win. It's $26.
All right, good.
Asanara. I won't be betting early. I'll be waiting until Glenn finds it and says it's fit, but I'm assuming it is. It had the 1,045 metre trial. I know it came last, but it doesn't matter. It ran over that particular distance in a trial, and its next trial was very nice against LMNOP. I think it's the best horse in the race, but I'll be checking to see it's ready to run, and then I'll be launching in if it is.
Because I suppose it is first up in its second preparation, isn't it? They've had a short break in there.
And Mark, you always say O'Shea's deadly fresh, isn't he?
Well, look, he's got she's got the tongue tie on. She's got gun booked first up.
Yeah.
It's
Tick, tick, tick.
yeah.
Dicko, you got to leave for us?
I'd have a little bit, maybe, depending on what you say, from the yard on Unequivocal. Back to 1350, I think it's much better at that sort of trip.
Yeah, look, her
trying to get
best.
to a mile.
I'd agree with that.
Her best recent run was, the race she should have won when the Cummings horse got away with it. J Mac.
No beer.
Yeah.
You can half say this Unequivocal's like a RacingRant bloody horse, isn't it? Because you two have been tipping at every start for
Oh man,
since
you know,
the end
it's
of
such a
time,
low
the start
percentage
of time.
stable.
Yeah, so if Glenn thinks it's parading pretty well,
I know exactly how it's supposed to look, that horse, so
there you go.
that'll be interesting and it'll be interesting. But I must admit, what Gord just said, Mark has been tipping it a lot, I've tipped it quite a bit, and I am a touch sick of it.
Yeah.
You sick of it?
Very. No, I think we'll call it quits there and say that's the end of part 1.
There it is,
Beauty.
punters.
And we'll be back with the quaddy legs for part 2.
Thank you.